Man, I don't want to look at this body, hey. Just reminds me that I'm still too weak to fucking end it. Hey, you know what I mean? Another day in this shithole. Life. And I think, people who actually enjoy life are the least intelligent people amongst us. And I mean, there's so much proof of this if you can just go, like, with that axiom and look at the world, you would see it very, very easily. For instance, you could just watch, like, an African documentary where they're literally cracking rocks all day for, like, $1 at the end, or €1 at the end of the day. And then they're smiling about it. You know what I mean? And that mind that comes over and wants to make you smile and stuff that is the Hylic mind. And we can all slip into it, right? We're using their hive system, we're using their bodies, their avatar beast body system, right? And the beast is like the god of all these OPs in that way. Because all bodies are of the beast, right? All form bodies. And now you can see it, right, as a big conglomerate, and how there is so much, mental connection and hive activity and stuff, and mental invasion, and so on, right? Mental implantations is an invasion as well, where basically it's, if you're not clearing, an implant can be like a virus or an infestation that spreads. So an implant is like a social norm, but it's got nothing to do with society. It's just matrix programming code, and you've got to think of it in a larger subset like that. But I was just thinking, today, man, the least among us are the happiest, because of the stupidity. And then I was thinking how the Gnostics, they call this place like hell. They were onto it. I haven't read all the texts or anything. Sorry, my video is lagging. It looks weird. So I haven't read all the... You see when that little smile comes on? I can't help it all the time either. But to be like this bland all day, maybe I have to just start trying it. Maybe I should be doing it like this and not smiling. Because that's the Hylic mind coming over you. And you notice it takes away the stream of light. It takes away the stream of thought when you go into that. And that is also that uber positivity that is running in most channelings. Yeah, I can channel too. Just like all these fucking other new age people, I can channel. But what I've noticed is what's happening there is, against what we talk about of, having self-spirit, moving vertically, not just horizontally with other people's thoughts, like societal norm programming would be just a perfect, simple example that nobody is able to not see. Everybody knows it, right? The dumbest of the dumb, so there can't be a better example. It's not just that I'm going back to the same point for lack of other points. It's a very simple and all example that you need. You don't need more, right? And from those social norms, if you actually want to figure anything out, you can from there. So I don't need to tell you everything else, right? Anyway, I was just thinking how the least amongst us are happy, and connecting it to this idea of, on this channel we've talked about the compromised mind. We've talked about an ego Ethereum platform where there are 7 devils circulating. Like when your pride comes out, that's Lucifer, and lust is the king, because you have to lust to pride, lust to sloth, Belphegor. You have to lust to whatever it is, right? of these 7 devils. That's why Asmodeus is king, the lust, because it's behind every action, right? And so the other action is you sit there like a Tibetan monk, right, in meditation all day, or as much as possible. They go around with a begging bowl so they don't, so they have as least karma as possible, right? They didn't kill the pig, but they'll eat the pig, and I understand what they're doing. They're trying to distance themselves from any karmic cycling, whatsoever, which is a great idea. Unfortunately, it can't be done because even eating the pig just gets you in a cycle by itself anyway, vibratorily, right? Anyway, this is not about that sort of thing. But what I'm saying, it is kind of related because, I keep talking about, us being ourselves in our own spirit and how hard that is to do in the conforming social norms. And that's why we have these norms just sliding away and being cracked open everywhere we go. But is it enough? Because people have so much hope. Like, there's going to be this fantastic new golden age. And, 10 years ago or so, I was like, well, maybe, this place is alright and, it's just been taken over by, like, people, right? Let's just not go into any demon attachment theories or anything like this, right? Let's just pretend, and it is pretending, it is obviously pretending, but let's just pretend the world is just of people, made of people, right? There's nothing else going on because you're a fucking retard. So let's just pretend that the world is just, the face value of people, right? If you're spastic enough to handle that idea, you can already see that this place is not good. It's like ennuement shows you that something's going on. Like, forget violence, forget, all the obvious things, but let's cut to the chase. Things like ennuement, that's where this place really gets you. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about being beaten to death as much as you have to worry about. You should worry more about, like, how's it going to come after that? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to give you just enough to keep you going? And then maybe some days it'll give you a little bit more, to make a little sprinkling to make you feel like, oh, okay, it is maybe worth being here. But then the hell proceeds, and the hell nature of it I find more predominant, right? And is this changing over time? I think it's like an illusion. It's never, there's never going to be we're never going to be in a perfect state or anything, right? Exactly. So that's my point. I don't think I even need to talk on from now. I'm running out of storage too.